Welcome to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix.
Howdy ho, everybody.
Welcome, everybody, to the Geek Matrix DC Comics Review Show number 202. It's been a long ass time. 202.
It's 203.
Is it 203?
It's 203.
Fuck, I thought last week was 201.
No, I mean,
This is why I don't second guess
say last
myself,
week.
because I almost said 203. And I was like, no, last week was 201, so okay, 202. Okay,
Yeah.
So, yeah, 203. My mistake. Whoops. I've only been doing this for over 170 episodes.
right?
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right, we are here to, talk, gab, communicate,
Dissect,
yeah,
eradicate.
Well,
That's a little aggressive.
Yeah, a little much there, Josh.
That's a little aggressive.
Go back to Krypton where you belong, man. You eradicator.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
You can't own property, man.
Actually, yes, I can. You can't.
Get a job, hippie. Brandon, Josh, and I, before you came, we were talking. Well, I was telling Josh about that episode of Futurama with the climate protest and the hippies.
Yeah.
And the lead hippie was telling Farnsworth he can't own property. And Farnsworth's like, actually, I can.
You can. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job, baby.
That's not the episode where like their solution for solving global warming was just dropping a giant block of ice in the ocean and then they ran out.
It
Was
was
that the same
working.
one? I can't remember.
I think it is. It was working for
Okay.
centuries. Okay.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, well,
Yeah, because I think that's what led to the tanker rupture on Neptune. Because it was that episode where they had to go to Neptune, and there were penguins there.
yeah.
Because that's where they put all the penguins when the polar ice cap smells it. Yeah.
Annihilated coastlines, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I think that's when Atlanta sunk.
Atlanta sunk.
Atlanta.
Yes.
The sunken city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a
those
fantastic
Southern
fucking
mermaids.
episode.
Oh,
The Southern
yeah.
Mermaids, Southern
Southern
Belle
Mermaids.
Mermaids. The Southern Belle Mermaid that wanted to sleep with Fry. Her father was dressed like the Colonel from KFC with a mermaid tail.
Mhm.
They were at the bottom of the ocean the whole time. Zoidberg became a hermit crab because he found a giant ass shell and called it his home. And just before they left, Josh, at the bottom of the ocean, that shell burnt down.
Oh no.
They're going by SpongeBob science now. Like, I fucking love Futurama. Yeah. Look at me. I'm Zoidberg, homeowner. I quote that all the fucking time.
Homeowner.
Anyway, we got some news. Brandon, welcome back. Glad to see or hear that you're feeling better.
You made it
yeah.
through.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough week in the past, dealing with some food poisoning, but good to be back.
Yeah,
and mostly in
not
full
easy.
form.
I want to brag a little because I've gotten a lot of figures over the past week, including, I don't know if you saw them all. I got most of the JLA McFarlane line, but I also picked up
Nice.
Futures End Booster Gold and the Spectre.
Interesting.
But
Interesting
my
that you went for the Futures End
favorite-
Booster Gold. I thought you wouldn't have liked that costume.
It's Booster Gold. I'm getting it. I don't fucking care. I actually like all of Booster's costumes.
Interesting. I am not a fan of his new 52 costume. Just gonna put it out there. But
Oh yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
not like it's that different to me. Like
it's just like
it's got the blue and gold aesthetic.
it just looks too 90s in my opinion. Maybe are you thinking of the same one from Justice League International?
I'd have to look at it again because like
Yeah. I could send a picture, but yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, ugh, it's too much, too over designed.
okay, let's take another look at this. I mean, it's not that far off from his current costume.
It has the color scheme, but it's just there's too much going on with the lines, in my opinion.
I mean, like, I get what you're saying because New 52 had a problem with lines on costumes, but keep in mind, I'm a Green Lantern fan. So compared to Hal's New 52 costume, that is like a flat piece of paper.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with House. And the funny thing is, that's the redesign of the redesign. I don't know if you've ever seen the original Jim Lee designs for the Green Lantern Justice League. They're so bad. It's like imagine the Green Lantern.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, yeah, it's like imagine the Green Lantern movie suit, but worse.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I remember what you're talking about.
I might have to see that again because it doesn't sound familiar.
Oh man.
Anyway, my favorite figure is this one.
That's pretty
the
bad,
first
man.
appearance Batman.
So good. The cape, it's wired, it moves, it's so fucking cool. I love it so much.
The figure of 1,000 poses.
Yes, I have been posing this non-fucking stop since I got it. I'm tempted to bring it to work and spend my break time just posing this thing because that's how in love with it I am. Like,
you don't want to do that, then it won't be special when you get to.
I guess you're right. Yeah,
I
I definitely recommend this figure.
It's pretty badass, dude. I got a figure, but he doesn't pose at all.
He's already
Took me
posed.
a very long time to get this guy so that I could take him out of the box.
Looks cool.
I ordered one, and then I decided I didn't want to open it. Then I got one from Canada because I couldn't get any more in the U.S. And the box came a little more beat up than the one that I had, so it got opened immediately.
Right
Makes
on.
me happy.
So
it's the dude.
I see what you're talking about, Brandon.
I feel like there was another one too, but I'd have to check the physical copy of Justice League #1.
Yeah, it definitely it says in the picture you sent that it's an earlier, far more complicated version of the suit.
Exactly.
And it definitely is more complicated, but I'll be honest, to a certain degree, not as like the main suit, but as like a battle suit, because it looks like armor, right?
As a battle suit, yes.
Yeah,
but
if he's going to war with Darkseid, I wouldn't mind him wearing that.
This is supposed to be like de facto, like imagine all of the Green Lanterns looking like that.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Yeah.
No. The best comic book redesign of a Green Lantern costume I've ever seen, and I might be blasted by other Lantern fans for this.
The Green Lantern movie costume?
Smallville.
Whoa.
Smallville
Really?
comic? Yes.
Why not? I'm surprised to hear you say that. Why not just why not just the Silver Age update? I feel like that is the definitive redesign of all redesigns, because they basically just gave him the arm sleeves or whatever you want to call them, and then that just was the design for like 30 years.
I mean, like it's such a minor touch up, right? Compared to how it.
But it's those minor touch ups that make all the difference.
Yeah. But when I say redesign, I mean like a complete complete do over, right? Like comparing the Silver Age to the Bronze Age, they're practically the same fucking costume. And I know there's going to be people out there that hate that because there's so many people that are
actually-
pissed off at his current costume. Be like,
Pay
"We want
attention to the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
That was so me though. Like real shit. I was definitely the guy who was like, no, look at the minor difference between this costume and that costume.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's Jason's Robin suit versus Dick's Robin suit. I was totally that guy. I was totally the guy who's like, no, look at their
Nothing
hair.
wrong with that.
Pay attention to how their hair curls. That is indicative of how different they are. And it's like, dude, it's not that deep.
I think
Where's
Brandon, it's not that deep.
I have
Right.
to do another comparison, but I think the only real difference between Dick and Jason's costumes back in like the 70s and 80s comparison was like the R symbol. I
No,
think
even that was the same. Yeah.
Was it?
I mean,
okay. Maybe
yeah,
that
no,
was more
they kept them
modern
pretty
version.
much the same. The way that I would always track the difference was, and again, it's such a minor thing, and it also doesn't even make sense half the time, but Jason's hair had like two curls in the front, whereas Dick's hair was kind of parted to one side. But that's not even entirely true, because if you go back to the 40s and 50s, Dick has that same haircut that Jason has in the 80s. So I don't fucking know.
But that's where he got it from.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically.
that's what I was,
Bruce was like, "Here, Jason, if you're gonna go out in the Robin costume, you have to have your hair like
you
this.
have to look like
It's the
Robin
only
looks.
way.
Yeah.
You have to look
Which-
like your older brother."
if you wanted to be clever about it and give like an Al Ewing style answer for why they looked so similar, you could do something like that. Like the reason that he basically looked the same as Dick Grayson was not because artists were working from a model sheet. It was actually because Bruce was trying to make Jason look like Dick, so the public wouldn't be confused there was a new Robin.
Oh, I was thinking it's more like Bruce just pissed Dick, and then he's like projecting.
Well, it
Dick
could work
onto
both ways.
Jason.
Yeah,
And that's why Jason's so angry with Bruce, because he never truly loved him.
well, that's a deeper thing to explore. We'd have to
It's a little
go
dark.
a whole episode to get into that.
Yeah,
yeah.
the deeper machinations of the Bat Family,
Yeah.
Part 1.
Some people claim that, but I don't believe that to be true for a second.
No, they're getting closer, which we will explore later today. No, the only thing about the Green Lantern costume in the Smallville comics was it was just a completely black jumpsuit, but the green was just the green light energy, and to me that just made so much fucking sense.
I don't know.
Since
I
the costume is supposed to be made out of the from the ring anyway, it's supposed to be comprised of light, and having the green just be green light energy, I thought was fucking perfect. The aesthetic looked so good together. And
I think it would be cool for like a TV show, because I've seen the design you're talking about. I haven't read too many Smallville comics, but I've seen that design for like Jon Stewart and Kilowog. And I think it would be cool in like a TV setting, but I don't know, when you have comics and you have so many different colors and different artistic options at your potential, it feels like it's too simple. Like if you're gonna do a Green Lantern costume, it's got to be bright and colorful.
What about
just my
that
opinion.
costume? Exactly how Rob likes it, but with white gloves and boots.
No.
I don't know if it would work. Yeah, it needs
fuck
more.
off with your white boots, but
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
That was fun. All right. Anybody got any comic book news for us this morning? Or
boy, do we ever! Because the last couple of weeks have been a fucking dry well of information. Now it's all spilling out at once. That's
Yeah,
the
well, I only have one
device.
thing, but I'm excited to hear what you're gonna mention.
Okay, so let me pull up all my info. So, starting off, we have a few more announcements of creative teams leaving books. Namely, and this is one I did not tell Josh yet, this is coming from our very own Nathan Payson in his other Discord server that he moderates. T.D. Howard is leaving Harley Quinn and Catwoman.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that on
God
our
damn it.
Substack.
Yeah.
Oh.
He did not mention what issue. That was just the whole sentence was just that. So I have no more information beyond that.
It's actually in the solicits. I can't remember exactly what issue it is for Harley. I want to say it's like 50 or something, but I don't. It's basically like the last issue of that series, and then Catwoman, I believe, is the series is not ending, but her run is ending with issue 68, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Which is a shame because they really should have done it at 69. That would have been so funny. I feel like I've never read a run from any creative team that, except for Sex Criminals, that has ended an issue with 69. But they didn't even get to issue 69. That was just a joke because they wanted to be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be funny.
What a wasted opportunity. It's like your
Right.
69th issue could be your big fuck you issue. You just do whatever you want. Make it a
Exactly.
complete joke. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Even if it was a great run, I would just like, okay, this is the last one. Everyone get ready, and it's just a complete troll.
Yeah, let's do our damnedest to jump the shark.
It's literally
Yeah.
like imagine writing a great run on Nightwing, and your final issue is issue 69. It's like, I'm not
Yeah.
taking that shit seriously.
No.
Yeah.
The title of the story? Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. We are not past 69 jokes yet.
No.
We are not that old. Or mature, I guess. I don't know.
Harley Quinn and Ivy get sucked into a coloring book of Harley Quinn and Ivy.
Oh, God.
Here's what I would do.
That'd be awesome.
And this is more for comic nerds, but I would do like a parody of one of the most iconic endings of all time, which is Daredevil 181 or 183. It's the last issue of Frank Miller's run. It's like everyone loves that issue. It's one of the greatest single issues of all time. And I would do a riff on that issue, but just make it a complete joke.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like this kind of like moment where Daredevil is talking to Bullseye while he's in a coma, and it's like super serious and dramatic. And I would do something like that, but it's like, I don't know, Crazy
Completely
Quilt or something. You know?
Completely fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's like Dick sits down and he's like, it's finally come to this moment, you and me, and it pulls back and it's Crazy Quilt. You're like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
It's fucking Kite Man, and he says, "Hell yeah, hell yeah."
It's like it's always been about you and me. This crazy ride of ours. And it's just him in that horrible costume.
Awesome.
Oh my God. Another creator leaving the book soon. Joshua Williamson is leaving
Whoop, whoop.
Green Arrow and Batman and Robin. That was it. Could not remember the other one.
But both series are continuing. They're not ending.
Yes. None of these books are ending.
Yeah.
It's just these writers are leaving the book. As far as I know, I think the rest of the creative team are also leaving those books. So it'll be brand new creative teams throughout. Kind of bummed about Green Arrow. So happy about Batman and Robin. But I am kind of excited about the next issue. We'll see where it goes.
I'm a little worried about Batman and Robin just because it seems like that book, or at least in the past, I can't speak for the run during the New 52, but that book kind of dies when the lead creative team, the one that everyone is kind of there to follow, leaves. Because after Grant Morrison left the original Batman and Robin, the book lasted maybe 6 or 7 more issues and then just kind of died off. Although, to be fair, it was right before the New 52, so that was probably a huge factor as well. But I just don't know how long this book might survive without, its initial creative team.
Yeah. We'll have to see. So there's that. Was there another? I think that was it for creative teams. Oh, that was it for DC creative teams. But Marvel announced that Hallelujah, Zeb Wells, and JR will be leaving Amazing Spider-Man.
Hallelujah, indeed.
The end of the next arc, last arc, which is the final confrontation between Spider-Man and Tombstone, because that's what we need to see. Okay. I'm not even fucking reading it anymore. I don't know why I'm stressing.
It's over.
Yeah, they're finally leaving the book. We can get
God.
Spider-Man that doesn't look like a brick.
Yeah.
And
Or
we
better
can
yet, we can get a
Peter with
Spider-Man
the
that
good
is Spider-Man. Please.
Yes, please.
I love Ultimate Spider-Man right now. It's great, but it would be nice to be able to enjoy 2 Spider-Man books once in a lifetime.
I mean, the Spectacular Spider-Man, I think that's what it's called. It was the team-up book with Peter and Miles. I read the first issue, and it was quite good. So
yeah, I still haven't checked that one out.
It's got an interesting dynamic that is honestly reminiscent of when Jeremy Adams was writing Wallace and Wally in a book together. It had that same kind of like almost brotherly dynamic. Obviously, like Wally and Ace are related, but Peter and Miles are not. But it's just like the older hero that has all that experience, and then the younger one that is like a kid brother. Like, okay,
basically.
It's fucking great dynamic.
Yeah, that's a book I'd always wanted to see. After that random Free Comic Book Day short story from Tom Taylor and Saladin Ahmed like 5 years ago, but I mean I'm glad to hear that first issue was really good.
I feel like I had one more, but that might be it. Oh wait, I think I had the article open. Oh no, that was it. Yeah, I think that's all I have.
I have one thing. I posted it very briefly. I don't know if you guys saw it, just because I was kind of catching up on news that I'd missed while I was away from the internet for a while. But it was like a week at best. So dramatic. 2 things, I guess, actually. The first is just some Transformers news, but Skybound is collecting the original Marvel Comics Transformers run. I don't know how many issues. It might be like the first 25. I got to double check that number.
I think what I was seeing in the article you sent, it was kind of confusing how it was being worded. And I got to check what the full run, the issue count is, but it's split into 2 volumes. It said issues 1 to 44 plus a 5-issue mini. But I don't know if that's just in the first one or if that's between the 2 volumes.
I think that's just the first one.
Oh, okay. So 1 to 44 plus a 5-issue.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's a lot of bang for your buck for a compendium. So I'll definitely be picking that one up. And it's so funny because Rob and I, not too long ago, were talking about good ways to read that original series, just because you'd mentioned the original issues are kind of hard to find. So it'll be great to have it, recollected so you can read, a good chunk of it.
Yeah, the couple I have picked up at random were really good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Too bad they wouldn't collect all the harder to find shit like the wreckers and stuff.
Oh, like the one I kept talking about?
Yeah, and then like there were a few other series that I was looking around and that were hard to find. We had talked about.
Yeah,
Transformers has got so much.
Yeah. See, just before it went to IDW, there was a small publisher that got the license from Hasbro to publish like comics that were loosely tied into Beast Machines in like the turn of the century, right? And that was the series I was telling you about. And it was previewed at BotCon, but then that company went under.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Is BotCon separate from TFCon?
No, actually, I think it was TFCon. I was just
okay because I saw some. It like popped up in. Okay, because it popped up in my recommended. I was like, "There's a Transformers convention. This is a thing."
Oh yeah, buddy, you better believe that.
I was like shocked. I was like, "Well, I mean, it makes sense. They have it for every other
there's
franchise out there."
I don't know if is it separate from TFCon? BotCon is like the original, though. Wow, TFCon Toronto. Interesting.
It looks like it might be separate.
It is separate. Yeah. TFCon started in 2002. BotCon since 1994.
Everybody loves robots.
Never have imagined.
Fucking wild, because 1994 is when Beast Wars debuted.
Oh wow!
So
they
back
had a debut
then,
there.
They only had G1 and the movie.
God, can you imagine such a small amount of content for you to
Yeah.
enjoy in
And
the simpler days.
G2,
But
like, people don't talk about G2.
they're not the only robots from that time too, and it was BotCon. It wasn't
No, but it was
exclusively Transformers.
About Transformers. Nobody cared
Yeah.
about GoBots.
I was gonna say they're probably not there for GoBots. You know, maybe a
There
couple
was
of
like 3 people.
yeah, it's like maybe a couple people for I don't know, fucking Voltron or something. Because I'm thinking like bots, robots.
Micronauts. Wait,
Yeah,
was Micronauts a thing back
microbots.
then?
Microbots was a thing back then. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, GoBots, Micronauts, Voltron, I guess. But I don't know if Voltron was really that big overseas.
Well, that's why I'm like maybe a couple because I know
Yeah.
the anime started in the 80s, but
Yeah, it was huge in Japan, but I don't think
yeah.
it really picked up over here until later on with the CGI version.
yeah. But yeah, no, I assume
Hella
that
sad.
the main event was going to be Transformers.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll have like 1 or 2 GoBot fans straggling in. Like, is there anything for me here? No, okay, I'll leave.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's it for news, about all the news I've got is I've caught
Well,
up.
I had one more thing actually.
Oh.
Excuse you. Although
you
you
said
might
you
want
had
to
one
tune.
thing.
I said 2 things.
Oh,
But you might, yeah, I posted this very briefly. You might want to tune out for this because it's not going to be news that you like. But I'm definitely interested in it because I love what the potential of this could be. But Rob and I and Josh, I assume as well, are big fans of Daniel Warren Johnson. So we're always kind of keeping our eyes open for whatever his next projects may be. And he's still writing Transformers, but
Good.
a lot of his creator-owned books tend to be like where his stuff really shines. And I don't know when this officially came out, but I saw an announcement a couple days ago about a new creator-owned project from Daniel Warren Johnson and drum roll, please.
Don't say John Rader Jr.
don't say Riley Rosmo.
It is Riley Rosmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I thought you might want to tune out. But I think this one has a lot of potential because it's being co-written by both of them, and it's also being drawn by both of them. So it's Dan Warren Johnson and Riley.
Interesting.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a lot
and
of
I think-
chaos.
I think. Well,
they have
I
kind of
normally I
polarized
would.
styles.
Yeah, normally. Well, I would not even just. Well, actually, I don't know about that because their styles are different, but I think their aesthetics are a lot more
Yeah.
similar than people realize. But
No,
normally
that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
hear
Think
of
about it, yeah.
yeah, normally I would hear about a project like this, and I'm like, 2 artists, I don't know. But I feel like my perspective on that has definitely changed after Somna, which was the book from Becky Cloonan and Tula Lote. And that was like, I feel kind of ashamed, but I was like, that was the first time I was like, wow, you really can have 2 artists working together to make a beautiful piece of fiction. It's almost like artists can write too, and it's good. So I haven't looked in too much about what the plot is. It seems to be kind of a science fiction story. But the title is The Moon is Following Us. And you can check it out. There's articles on IGN and everywhere else. And I think it's supposed to come out in September. So I'll definitely be checking it out. Could be a train wreck, could be incredible. Who knows? But I like the potential of what this story could be.
All right. Well, let me know what it's like. Oh,
You coward.
I might check out sample pages. What else? Oh, nothing else. My only news is I'm caught up on Thundercats, and the Johnny Quest backup made me super nostalgic.
Oh, there's a
2
Johnny
issues.
Quest backup?
Yeah. There's 2 issues deep into Ultimate X-Men. I started Black Panther #1, then realized Khonshu was in it, and I wanted to take my time with it, so I haven't started it. And I'm getting into Energon this week.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. The latest series just started this week, Destro #1.
That started this week.
Yeah.
Nice.
from shit. Who's doing Destro? I don't remember.
Dan Waters. And
Dan
Andre
Waters.
Bresson.
Thank you.
I haven't read that issue yet. I haven't had.
I knew it was a Dan, but I kept wanting to say Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not him.
Yeah.
That's not the Dan
really
you're
good.
looking for.
Oh yeah, no, that's good to hear. I haven't had a chance to read that one yet, but
You'll
I can
enjoy
pick
it.
it up tomorrow.
It definitely picks up where Cobra Commander left off.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, like I was concerned it wasn't going to because it seemed to be just like 100% Destro, but it's definitely all tied together.
Okay, that's cool. Because they've only kind of been giving us little glimpses of all the stuff that's going on with Mars and Destro, so it'll be nice to actually get more content.
Exactly. Yeah, you definitely get a lot out of it, and a lot of teases about other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do Destro right?
Excited. I can.
You don't really know, right?
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'll say this: Dan Waters' voice for Destro is unlike what we saw from any other book.
Isn't like what
That's
we've
cool.
seen for any other book.
Yeah, like it's
Good.
I might be
for his
interested
writing
to
style,
compare it to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just going to say I might be interested to compare it to Loki because that's the only other time I can think of aside from Arkham City that he just wrote villains basically.
Yeah, like it's similar to a certain degree, but like some of the mannerisms and the way he carries himself is very different from his other appearances in the Energon universe so far. Which I'll admit was kind of striking at first because it was so far I'd gotten an idea of who Destro was from how the other writers had written him, and then all of a sudden it's just a little more lax. Just like who are you? Who stole your mask? But this is actually really fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think you'll both enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy to hear.
Yeah, Josh, I can't wait for you to get into the Energon universe, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like you haven't, or sounds like you haven't had a chance to read Scarlet yet, which is the one I have most excited. But
I have not had a chance to read Scarlet yet. Damn, and okay. Oh, I'm gonna read that shit tomorrow. But I'm gonna have to
Void
read everything
Rivals
else.
and
Drives
Transformers
me insane.
and Duke and Cobra Commander.
That's if you're going all in. You can just stick
right.
with the Joe titles if you want.
Yeah, even just the ones you want to read.
Yeah,
but they are all loose, like kind of connected. So so far, I find it's so great how even though it's different creative teams, they're spinning out of each other so flawlessly.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to see the
really
universe they built.
It's honestly like amazing how they've done it so far.
Looking forward to G.I. Joe coming this summer, probably.
Yeah,
I'm calling it.
Oh, plus there was a panel in Destro. This is not a spoiler, but you saw a bunch of vehicles, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was a toy, and I think that was a toy, and when Josh gets to see it, I want to know if I was right. Because they look like, okay, no, that was definitely packaged with somebody.
Yeah.
Accessories sold separately kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. So with that,
let's go ahead and hop out for a commercial real quick. And we will come back with the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And then do our full reviews.
Yeah.
That sounds like good for a commercial.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, honorable mentions. We got Crisis on Infinite Earths number 3, Facsimile Edition 2024. It is exactly what it sounds like. And John Constantine Hellblazer Dead in America number 6. He still hasn't rotted away yet, thank goodness. Hellblazer delivers poignant political relevance as related to the comic book industry, and it does wrapped in a badass story.
I'm sorry. Can you say that last sentence one more time?
Sure. Hellblazer nope, can't do it. Hellblazer delivers poignant political relevance as related to the comic book industry and does it wrapped in a badass story.
Can you please repeat the word you said before political?
Poignant.
Can you say it again?
What are you getting at?
Why are you saying it like that? It's poignant, not poignant. I don't want to be all Mr. Grammar, but I heard that and I was like, my English sense twitched.
He lives in the South right now, okay? It's affecting him.
No.
It's unfortunate, but I think you might be right.
Oh my god.
Poignant. My bad.
Do you remember that? Wait, you've seen How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. Do you remember
Of course.
that I don't remember what episode it's from, but it's like there's a moment where they're talking about like weird things that people do, and it's like one of them is like Ted pronounces the CH in character like as just the cha sound. So it's like Daniel Chameleon, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? You're supposed to be a professor." And he's like, "No class," for a while. I heard that, and I just
oh my god,
my brain went spinning.
Well, thanks for embarrassing the shit out of me. I appreciate the
anytime.
He's like, one more time.
Hey, I got to put this college education to some use.
Just say it one more time.
All right. Like, just want to make sure I'm hearing it right.
It is really political. It's got a very political point of view, and it's wrapped in a Constantine story. I can't say anything right today. Constantine story, and it's near perfect. And as far as being able to take a character that is normally neck deep in mud, fighting like hell, and making it a political book and making it read amazing, I feel like there's another author for DC Comics right now that could maybe take a note or two about how to pull that off correctly. This shit is awesome. Hellblazer gets a 9 out of 10.
I have to say, you delivered that point poignantly, and I'm very
You're such an ass.
I'm here all week, folks.
Oh man.
Oh god.
So
Hellblazer, where was that?
Hellblazer. Isn't that what a demon wears to the office?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. That's where the name comes from.
Right.
It's just been co-opted. It's part of demon culture, but it's been widely adopted by most of hell.
Fair enough. I feel like I wonder if it's a sin in hell for the demon to lend his Hellblazer to his son, because that's usually a very touching moment. And they don't deal well with feelings in hell.
That's what I hear. That is what I hear.
Yeah. Also, just on the topic of How I Met Your Mother, one word quick. Do any of you still just say lawyered when you get one over on someone?
I don't, but I can't wait until I maybe one day become a lawyer so I can say that.
Oh, I'm
Lawyer.
not nowhere near a lawyer, but I still say it to my wife all the time.
Oh man. Well, I want to have the credentials to back it up. Like, yeah, I'm saying it because I love the show, but also because like I have that degree, so suck it.
That'll be awesome. Just
I still say
push up your glasses. Get ready, bitch.
I still say, have you met? And then fill in the blank with the name. And then I also say, Naked Man works 3 out of 5 times.
Oh god.
I used to say legendary a lot, but I feel
yeah.
like those days have gone.
Legend. Wait for it.
Harry.
Derek. Where'd you go? Josh.
Oh
Josh.
wait, no, I posted this in the wrong.
Oh, whoops.
Where did you post it? Comics.
Yeah, in comics. Hang on.
Oh, you got rid of it. Where did you go? There's everybody going.
I'm putting it in the correct chat.
Oh.
Just posted it in
Where's
the-
everybody going? Oh, that was fun. All right.
Okay, so let's get to our reviews because we're on a time limit here, people. Come on. God.
Gosh.
Anyway.
All right, well, shine some light on our first review,
I
Rob.
definitely will. Why are both of you have your camera off? Where's everybody going?
Like, we're not here to see ourselves. We're here to display ourselves for our lovely viewers on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're here to display yourself and not just the first letter of your name. Josh.
Yeah.
Who turned off his camera and then didn't turn it back on. Oh,
That's not
sorry.
the first letter of my initial.
TGM.
It's TGM.
God. Sorry.
Get it right.
Anyway, this is Green Lantern War Journal. Wow, what the
War Journal. Just saying.
Holy shit.
That's
I'm
pretty
just
poignant.
being such an asshole today. I don't mean to be this mean-spirited.
No, it's I caught it myself. I would have done the exact same thing. I don't even know how the hell I said that. Journal. I'll say it in French
Why?
because it's apparently I can speak French and not English.
It's
Very
you
well.
move to Quebec or something.
En français. Oui, monsieur.
That's what she said.
Vert Lantern War Journal. Numero 10.
Numero.
That is not how you say
Not
it.
French, I know. That is Spanish.
Okay.
All right, so this is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art from Montos, colors from Adriano Lucas, letters from Dave Sharp, and no, that's it.
A cover from Montos
covers
as well.
from Montos and Pascal Ferreira. I don't know why. I thought I said inker instead of letterer, so I was looking for the letterer, and I didn't realize I already said it. So Shepard has taken off into space.
Robert, you've been smoking sandwiches.
Not as far as I know.
That's
Anyway.
No. Not sandwiches. Sandwich brownies.
Sandwich brownies.
Sandwich brownies.
Oh god. Yeah. First timers for people eating sandwich brownies, take the whole thing in one bite.
Do not.
No. Or at least just know how much your friend baked in it.
You will
Know how
just-
much sandwich your friend put in. Otherwise, you're gonna be feeling some type of way.
I'm still laughing. Last time that was brought up, Josh was like, "That superpower will be seeing spaceships."
Ooh. Or
Yeah.
feeling like you're in a spaceship for
Yeah.
several hours.
So you're saying if I eat a sandwich brownie in one go, I will become a Green Lantern?
I'm saying
you'll
you
think
might.
you are. You'll certainly
saying-
think that way.
You might be walking around feeling like the entire Earth is made out of marshmallows. There's no telling.
So
It's all soft, man.
I'll feel like I'm floating and I'll see a lot of pretty lights.
That's possible.
Yeah. Well, you'll
There's no
feel like
telling.
you're floating, but anyone looking at you is going to see you rolling on the floor.
I was going.
Because it's like, after a certain limit, that ass is not getting up.
Just giggle like a Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Over
It's just
and
like,
over.
I thought I was standing. I was just on the bed the whole time. What the fuck?
Don't forget to place your towel.
Yeah. I'm giving too much of my own backstory away. I need to stop talking before I incriminate myself.
Hey, we're just talking about sandwiches. Who said anything about incriminating?
Oh, he's got dual citizenship on both
And
coasts.
sandwiches, as we all know, are legal in most states. So
Yep.
And all
Exactly.
of Canada.
yeah, and all of
So,
Canada.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I'm talking about smoking weed.
I'm talking about smoking weed.
I can do it on the street here in front of a police station. I am fine. I'm fucking fine. There's
Oh, you
no
were talking
problem.
about weed? Oh no, I thought you were talking about actual sandwiches.
Oh yeah, yeah. The ones with
In
the
most
hot
states.
peppers that'll fucking get you.
Oh no.
Anywho, back to Green Lantern War.
Back to the right sort of green.
Journal. Not Montos, Shepard. Yeah, Montos has self-inserted himself into the bug.
That was late for Brandon, but he deserved it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It flew under the radar, but I'm glad you picked it up.
I definitely did.
So Shepard is taken off into space to find. Honestly, he's kind of unsure if he's trying to find John or if he's trying to find Guy. But oh yeah, now I remember. At the end of the last issue, he's trying to find the United Planets Lanterns to let them know that danger is coming, but they want nothing to do with it. They don't want to listen, and they're doing nothing but attacking him with all the colors of the rainbow and more.
Do-do-do-do.
Meanwhile, within the Dark Star of the Fen, John has not listened to Byla and has flown directly into the Dark Star of the Fen, but that ended up backfiring horribly as he now entered into a dream world where he is overshadowed by some kind of pink demon-looking thing and talking to some little girl who keeps calling him Dadta. That ain't fucking weird.
John's like, I ain't paying alimony.
Nope.
Child support.
Oh my god.
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Child support.
Give me that test.
Maury.
I am not that baby's daddy.
Yeah.
I told you. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop interrupting you. We got to get this thing going.
Yes. So John is basically dreaming the entire fucking time, surrounded by the Dark Star light energy. And he's trying to fight against it as best he can, but it only works so much before he notices his hand, which now has a Dark Star ring on it. His left hand, meanwhile, his left hand, I mean to say, has the Dark Star ring, and his right hand still has the Green Lantern ring. His left hand is starting to convert into Dark Star energy, and realizes that maybe this is not what he's supposed to be doing with his life. It's not
Right.
real, and he needs to fight against it. His mother, however, back in Metropolis and Steelworks Tower, finds a loose thread on her bed, pulls on it, and that apparently unravels reality and allows the once I don't remember that old lantern name now. To enter into the house and reveal all sorts of images to her, revealing himself in the guise of John's dead father and her once alive husband. He is now terrorizing her, chasing her down, and the entire image of herself has gone back to normal, where she was being seen as a much younger woman taking care of Ellie, but now the reality has reverted back, and she's a much older woman with gray hair. Both Steels, Natasha, and John Henry burst into the house and sure do their best to fight against the shadowy figure, but they get blessed right out of Steelworks Tower. And then Ellie, the Green Lantern version Ellie, Green Energy version Ellie, flies in to save Shirley and gets her out of there, hoping that John will show up soon. But John is kind of held at bay by the Dark Star of the Fen. The energy is overtaking him, and he is stuck in a bubble. Meanwhile, we'll finish off our issue. Shepard has been kind of neutralized by the United Planets Lantern Corps, and they are preparing to take him to Oa for processing and capture, but then a Lantern off panel puts him inside a glowing green box and says, I'll take it from here, guys. You just keep watch on the quarantine sector, and I'll handle him. And that Lantern is none other than Guy Gardner, who then, as Shepard wakes up, says, let's go bring Stuart home. So that's where the issue ends. Issue 11 is sure to be a fun one.
Hell yeah!
I
Did you see
will
the title
say,
at the end.
yes, next, the Green Lantern
Green
Corps.
Lantern Corps.
Hell
Not
yeah.
the United Planets Corps, Green Lantern Corps. And I was like,
Green
hell
Lantern
yeah.
Corps. And it's
Sounds
like
good to me.
the freaking logo, the classic
Yeah.
logo.
And
It's
if
a
all
logo.
my speculations and dreams come true, then it could be Philip Kennedy Johnson writing a new Green Lantern title that spins out of this, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's talk
We've
about
been
this stuff
asking
first.
for that for a little bit
We'll
now.
see.
So
I
gonna be
need
like a
I
kinda
need a
setup.
book with that's gonna tell me what the hell is happening with Kyle.
well, I want to bring up, because I was going through the solicits for September, and by September, Green Lantern War Journal will be done.
Yeah.
Right, it's going to 12 issues, and that's it. But the September issue of Green Lantern, the backup story, is a follow-up story about John
Yeah, I
Stewart
saw that.
takes place after this, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Yep.
So I mean, it
So-
could just be like an epilogue, though.
It could be an
It could
epilogue,
be,
but it could
but I
also
want to be hopeful.
a transitional story into something else.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I gotta stop. I got a fucking smartwatch for Father's Day, so I get a vibration and I just like instinctively already. I'm just
Oh
like,
my God.
it's so hard not to. Anyway, fantastic issue. Art for Montos is fucking great. I say fantastic issue in terms of the art. The story from Philip Kennedy Johnson is still enticing. However, I'm still going to say that the last few issues, since we got past issue 6, have primarily slowed down and mostly been the same. It's John slowly making his way towards the Dark Star. Now he's fighting the Dark Star and he's losing epically. And it was like 15 pages with John just in a dream world. There might be more of a point to it, but we haven't seen what that is yet.
Showing how complex it would have to be and how deep it would have to be in order to take John down, get inside his head.
Maybe.
It'd have to be that much. That's the way
Not
I
even
read
just
it.
that, but it is nice to kind of get more of
Progression.
well, yeah, it would be nice to get more progression, but I at least like that it's kind of slowing down and focusing a bit more on the Olgren stuff, because I feel like that it was introduced very fast, and then we're kind of waiting for
gone.
that to be
Yeah.
explored more, because they went into the whole like, oh, there's attacks in the Dark Star, and you need to focus on that as opposed to actually dealing with how this whole stuff came about. So I like that at least, but I do agree it could kind of move forward a little bit.
Plot twist. This all leads
Yeah.
to an Olgren's fire mini.
Well, I do think that the Olgren story is probably not going to be resolved in this miniseries, because
No.
it's just there's 2 issues left and there's way too much. And even if it did, it wouldn't feel very satisfying. So this is
wouldn't
kind of
be
why I
satisfying.
suspect that there's going to be, if not a follow-up series to this, some other book that will deal with that story thread that will fully resolve it. Because they've been building this up since Action Comics.
Mhm.
And it's too big of a story to be, resolved in 2 issues.
So I'm calling it now.
Calling what now?
2025. Philip Kennedy Johnson's The Omega Men 6-issue mini,
Boom,
which
boom,
will be
boom.
chapter 3 in the Olgren saga.
Why not Green Lantern Corps? I need you to hope with me so we can make this happen.
I'm
It's-
all for
2
him
is
doing
more
that,
powerful
but,
than 1.
but if we're just talking Olgren, I don't see him finishing off the Olgren story in a Green Lantern Corps book, because it started in Action Comics, continued in Green Lantern War Journal. I could see him doing a completely separate type of character for the third part, and then have it all tie together in some like Gamma issue or whatever, some big one-shot annual issue, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, and
I-
have
I-
like
I
John
think if the
show
story-
up and Superman and the Omega Men, and they all like work together to take down the power of
Yeah.
Olgren.
I do think
the
if
galaxy.
the story does spin off into a Green Lantern Corps book, it would probably touch on this in some way, but I don't know. Maybe it would focus more on the United Planet stuff, since that still hasn't been resolved yet.
Yeah,
That feels like it has a bigger story to it as well.
yeah.
Or it moves into a total other book that's not the Green Lantern Corps, and then it brings whoever that character is together with the Green Lantern and Superman, and then it's a big old thing.
I mean,
Sounds good
so far though, Jeremy Adams is doing a good job of handling the whole story with the United Planets.
Yeah.
In the Green Lantern book. So I imagine all that's going to be handled in the main title. And then
Sounds
maybe
good to me.
touched on in other books. Like, as much as I'm a Green Lantern fan, though, I'm a huge fan of cosmic stories, and I would love to see more from DC in the cosmic side than just Green Lanterns. And I know I'm asking for a lot because it took so long to fucking get a good Green Lantern book, but I wouldn't mind to see even like a Space Cabbie one shot at fucking April Fools, or have an Omega Men miniseries again that actually makes
or Legion.
Legion.
Bring back Legion.
Yes, bring back Legion.
We just got Vril Dox back in House of Brainiac, so
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Maybe it won't be Omega Men. Maybe it'll be a Legion miniseries that continues the whole thing with, because clearly Vril Dox has a connection to Superman, so that would make sense.
And clearly, we haven't had a Legion book in well over a decade.
Oh, like 2 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, not since like 2000. I don't even know. Probably a while.
Yeah. Was there
Bring
even
back,
a Legion book in the 2000s? I thought it was.
No, I'm thinking of. I keep mixing it up because Vril Dox was leading that team too, but it's Rebels is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of like a mash between the Omega Men and Legion. But for some, my brain always puts them together as like just being the same thing. Just because I see Vril Dox and I'm like, oh, Legion, of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same idea anyway. Okay, so
we definitely did not have a Legion series that introduced a character called Gold Lantern. Wouldn't that be ridiculous if we did?
We did.
No, definitely didn't.
We actually didn't. That wasn't Legion. That was Legion of Superheroes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh shit, you guys. I didn't even. I'm like, I'm sitting here trying to piece together why you thought that was a mix of Omega Men and Legion of Superheroes, because that didn't make any fucking sense to me.
No, different Legion.
You meant the acronym. My bad.
Yeah, this one.
I thought y'all were shorthanding it.
No. Anywho,
easy mistake to make though.
They both
They're
have
both
Legion as
Legions.
the title, and they both have a Kaluan in the team. Right, so I descended to Brainiac, if you will. But yeah, this issue, art ever fantastic, so fucking good. Montos needs to do more. I can't wait to see where Montos goes after this book. Philip Kennedy Johnson is wrapping up soon. I can't wait to see how this ends. I do hope there is a concise ending. But I am happy to see Guy Gardner. So for now, I will give it a 7.25 out of 10.
Fair enough. Hey, before I holler at mine, let me holler at the people on Twixland. Howdy, viewers on Twitter. Your comments and shit may or may not show up to us, and nothing I type will show up for you. But anyway, man, if anything happens to John's mom, he's gonna set the fucking world on fire. His struggle right now is pretty interesting, and with Guy in the mix and the knowledge he got from that big old book, this could be a big game changer for the story. And there's no choice for it to set off a whole new Green Lantern Corps. The art is great. I mean, just fantastic. Montos does need to continue solid, straight work in DC for sure. And I mean,
who's gonna kick your ass?
John Stewart.
Nice.
John Stewart will be kicking your ass.
Yeah.
John Stewart and Guy Gardner.
And Guy Gardner, yes.
Maybe
You know who I need to play John Stewart?
And Kyle.
Samuel L. Jackson. Just
Oh,
once.
you shit me.
Just so he can be loud. It's so funny. I was literally just watching clips from Pulp Fiction like earlier today.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. Me, I mean, I know it's Idris Elba, man.
Idris Elba would be cool too, but I need to hear Jon Stewart say, "Back the fuck up, motherfucker."
Oh,
And
man.
I
That's
dig
just
the whole
Jon
story
Stewart as
overall.
Shaft, which would be hilarious. But
Who Samuel L. Jackson did play.
yeah, exactly.
Sweet. Can you imagine Jon Stewart in a black leather trench coat?
I mean, I think
I'm
he
gonna
wore that in
gi-
the 2000s, so I'm not going to lie.
I'm giving War Journal an 8 out of 10.
Right on.
Awesome. No, I honestly I don't have too much to add other than this issue was good. I felt like it was a little not short, but I got through it faster than I realized. I don't know if you guys felt the same way. And it felt like
it
I
was a quick read.
Yeah, it was a quick read, and I got to the end with Shepard like a lot sooner than I'd realized. So sign of a good issue, but also like I don't mind it being a little bit more dense, especially considering there's still so much to unpack. But other than that, I'm just kind of going to repeat what you guys said about Montos. Great art, great character work, all that stuff. 8.5 out of 10. And my nomination for who would be great as Jon Stewart might seem a little odd, and also doesn't really work because he's already playing Baron Mordo. But I really think Chiwetel Ejiofor would be a great Jon Stewart.
He would be
that
really
is a
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good casting.
I mean, my casting was primarily for the swearing and because I watched a lot of Tarantino this week. I just
I mean, that
finished
would be
watching-
funny. That would be really
It
funny.
would be, yeah. I just finished watching Django Unchained and The Hateful
Yeah.
Eight.
Oh my god. I love that movie so much.
Which one?
Django Unchained.
Django. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
It's so over the top, and that's why I
Yeah.
love it.
I especially love the bit at the end in the last 10 minutes when Django has gone back to the mansion and he's in his
Yeah.
full getup and he tells, I don't know how much you guys remember, but basically he shoots the rich lady from on the top of the staircase at an angle and she goes flying backwards from a regular
Yes.
bullet. It's so stupid and ridiculous. The angle makes no sense. The force from that bullet would not send a person flying, but it was so fucking good.
It's Tarantino. It's going to be over the top.
Exactly, and that's why I love it.
I was debating because I was just again for some reason I got recommended a bunch of clips from Pulp Fiction again, and I was like, I should really rewatch this movie. And now I feel like hearing you talk about Django Unchained makes me really want to rewatch some Tarantino movies.
It's good. Say fear again, motherfucker.
All right.
They don't have English, and I can't do it.
Dude,
I can't do the voice.
Do you know what they call a cheeseburger on Okara?
A royale with cheese.
They call it mine. Anyway.
Royale with cheese.
How fucked up is that?
All right. Well, all right. I think it's about time we moved over to the next book. We should do that right about meow.
Very
You're
clever.
welcome.
I'll be right back. You continue through that.
He said, I really do. I gotta take a break. Written by Teeny Howard, art and colors by Ivan Chevrin, Carmine Di Giandomenico, and Veronica Gandini. Jeez, I cannot talk today.
You'll get there.
Lettering by Tom Napolitano and a David Nakayama cover that looks fantastic. So this moves us into the end of 9 Lives. Catwoman, with her new bestie, Scandal Savage, sets up a plan to start dismantling the White Glove. The plan is to reach out to both Flamingo and Espada and offer them both separately a captured Catwoman. They both say yes, of course, and then proceed to get the hell beat out of them after Catwoman and Scandal have the trap all set. After taking them down, Catwoman and Selina talk them into working with them to hit Viceroy's big treasure vault that's got all kinds of old and magical shit in it. While all of this is going down, it seems Selina's had a hell of a headache, keeps getting worse, and Scandal seems to be going crazy because she, and only she, can hear a high-pitched noise. I mean, she's just throwing shit around. She's throwing people around by the end of it because of it. The book starts off with that, and it ends with that, too. Scandal has figured out what the sound is and why no one else can hear it. It's like a tracking beacon, almost. It's a fragment of the meteor that hit Vandal Savage, and the headaches come from the fact that it's lodged in Selina's brain. Scandal says it's what's keeping her alive, why she can track her, why she hears that noise, and now it's going to kill Selina. I didn't see that coming. The end, anyway. It makes me curious if the scenes with Bastet have been imagination, like a side effect of the meteor fragment itself. Or what, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But regardless, this moved the story in, I think, a perfect direction. And Howard's Catwoman continues to captivate. It is some damn good storytelling with art that makes it go down even easier. I gave that an 8.75 out of 10. I thought it was awesome.
Mine is short. I did not like this issue. Yeah, I was not a huge fan. I like two things about it. The art and Scandal was fun. Aside from that, I was bored, and I wanted to stop reading. So I will give this a 5 out of 10.
Oh, shit. I wasn't in love with it, but I certainly didn't hate it. It made some story progress. It had really good art. I liked seeing the dynamic with Selina and Scandal working together, even though the plan was dumb as fuck. But I liked it. And we got the revelation about there's apparently a piece of meteor stuck inside Selina's head. That's why she keeps coming back to life.
Or why she was coming back to life anyway.
Yeah, but like I think this whole thing with the 9 lives, she doesn't like the scar is one thing, but the visions about an Egyptian cat god, I don't think that was actually happening, because remember she was mysteriously given 3 more lives or something like that. That made no fucking sense.
She was given an extra one.
Extra one, yeah.
But
I think if she dies again, she's just gonna keep going back to. She's got fucking Lazarus meteor in her head.
I mean, unless it is killing her, it did show the blood dripping out of her nose. As Scandal said that to her.
Yeah.
So I mean, it definitely could go there, but yeah, while you were gone, or like right before you put your headphones on, I said the same thing. I wonder if the whole Bastet thing was imagination or a side effect of the meteor. But what did you give it?
I will give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right. Well, that wasn't a gigantic sized story, but maybe the big one will be Titanic.
It could be, although not quite. It feels like the Titanic things have yet to come, but we're getting there. Nice segue. Titans number 12.
So what you're saying is this book is a sinking ship.
I was referring to the word in its
Really?
general definition.
No, I know.
Put your fucking glasses away, Rob.
Well, I can tell you one thing. There ain't no love story in this book. Let me tell you that. It is mostly sad. But Titans number 12.
Grab that floating door, bud.
Yeah. Titans number 12 is written by Tom Taylor with art from Lucas Meyer, colors from Adriano Lucas, letters from Wes Abbott, and another brilliant cover from Chris Samney. And our story picks up with a short flashback to the past, where we see the young Vanessa using the Text-to-Titan phone line to reach out to Donna Troy and tell Donna Troy about her heroic efforts at school. But the whole day goes by, And Vanessa doesn't hear from Donna until the very end, though we don't see the message that Donna sends back to Vanessa. We cut to the present day where the Titans are fighting. Vanessa, now known as Vanadia, in Titan's Tower. Cyborg is able to see that she is viewing reality through a digital veil and sees the Titans as Amazos as opposed to seeing them as they truly are. So the Titans try to buy Cyborg some time while he searches for a path to lift the digital veil. And in the meantime, we cut over to Oblivion, where the demonic Raven is recovering from her injury from the previous issue. She reveals that she's got all these grand plans for the Titans, and she wants to free them from the shackles of their morality and their goodwill so they can reach their true potential and use their uninhibited powers to conquer as Raven's Titans of Terror. I mean, we've had Terror Titans in the past, but they never seem to go over well. Certainly not like this. Raven calls the demonic Raven's dreams deluded and relishes in how the Titans have successfully pinned down Vanadia. And how the demonic Raven will soon get her ass kicked by the Titans. But back at Titan's Tower, the Titans have successfully pinned down Vanadia, and Cyborg uses his tech to lift the digital veil from Vanadia's eyes, so she's able to see the Titans as they truly are. She calms down for just a brief second and shares a moment with Donna as they're reminiscing about the Text to Titan line. But this moment is shortcut as the demonic Raven shows up and just completely annihilates Vanadia. She has one final moment with Donna where she expresses joy that she's able to be the hero and beat the villains. And Donna, of course, is taking it very hard and prepares to confront Raven, but Gar steps in saying it wasn't her fault. Cyborg figures out that Vanadia's body is actually the tech, or belongs to the tech, of Tio Moro, who's viewing the whole thing from Star Labs. And of course, Moro, seeing everything that's going on, panics and attempts to flee, but the Titan's boom tube before he can take one step, and basically inform him that he's fucked. And they have all the data that will incriminate him, regardless of if he tries to pretend that he's innocent. And Donna, of course, ensures that Moro will be held accountable. And if there's any way that they can bring Vanadia back, they're going to make sure that they explore that option. But back at Titan's Tower, Dick is getting ready to confront Raven about her actions with Vanadia. And even though Raven defends herself, Dick is kind of prepared to counter her on her activities. But Raven reveals that she had one more thing she actually wanted to talk about, and that's the fact that she could not see into Dick's mind while she was looking into it during Vanadia's attack, and that she grabs him in a chokehold and demands to know where his mind was. Yeah, pretty solid issue. I mean, feels like we're still kind of ramping up with this whole Dark Winged Angel. I think that's the name of the arc, right? I think something so, like that. But yeah, it still feels like we're ramping up to the big climax of the story. But no, this is a pretty solid issue. And last month was also pretty solid too. So I'm at this point just kind of interested to see where this ride is going to go. And I hope the payoff is good. I am a little exhausted with stories where Raven goes evil and they have to fight her demonic side because they've done it like 5 times. But at this point, I'm like, well, I'll just take it as it is and see if Taylor can come up with something clever for his version of it. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. Solid art, actually, really great art. That was another point that I wanted to bring up. Lucas Meyer, who I know did, I think, the previous art for the issue, might have done some other art in Titans, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. But this issue in particular, I don't know what it was, but it really stood out to me. So bravo to the art in this book. 8 out of 10 for me. Solid, but I'm still kind of waiting to see where this story builds to before I can give it my full support.
Yeah, I really 100% agree with that. It is kind of interesting, though it's not what I was expecting or hoping for out of a Titans book. Was 2 arcs in, we just got off a story arc where Garth was mind controlled and technically evil, and now we're getting a story with Raven as mind controlled and technically evil.
Conspiracy
Kind
theorists
of.
say Tom Taylor actually hates the Titans. He's writing this book to show them as evil assholes.
Yeah. Who's next? Oh shit! Beast Boy was also mind controlled and technically evil during Beast World. So
That's true.
I'm gonna say Starfire is next.
I'm gonna say evil cyborg. I feel like we never get to see that.
I mean, that was Grid technically.
Yeah, but he was infected with. Well, I guess kind of the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I want to see evil. I mean, I don't want to see evil cyborg. But if we're gonna do this whole evil Titans thing, fuck it, why not?
I thought you just like, yeah, no, that's gonna happen.
Well, see, if I were to write that story, because I'm a troll and I don't take things seriously, I would make it silly. Like it'd be like Cyborg, becomes evil or is infected with an evil and just gains complete control of the internet and decides to just like have the Titans get canceled or something. And so the whole story arc is just like, oh my god, the Titans have, there's like all these doctored videos and AI videos of the Titans saying and doing horrible things, and they have to like go out and try and defend. It's like, so every issue is like they have to give a press conference and they're like, so to explain those videos and those comments, yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And no one would read it, but I would be happy because I got to write it because I got away with it.
Right, he takes over the internet. My evil plan is to DM everybody a picture of Josie.
Yes.
Oh, horrible. But Tom Taylor has already done a story with Cyborg being a weapon of mass destruction. So
Yeah, deceased.
Yeah, but that wasn't really his fault, and he didn't go
No.
evil.
No,
I
he
want to see him
didn't
go
go
evil, but like can't be evil, not evil.
Can't be evil. Like,
I mean, he would be
dastardly,
unstoppable.
Yeah, like Dick
mustache
Dastardly.
twirling.
Mustache twirling and all.
Yeah.
He would be completely unstoppable. I mean, with a thought, he hacks into literally every computer on the face of the planet. That means he has a globe's worth of weapons at his disposal and the ability to boom tube in and out more.
almost
Cyborg, you
like the-
could not beat.
The only thing that could stop him is A, magic, or B, super speed.
I feel like he'd have something in mind for a defense.
For a speedster, maybe. Magic, I
Yep.
don't know.
I don't know
I don't
about
know.
the magic part. That would have to be it. So it'd have to be Raven that took him down. What a good way for a sticky redemption.
Justice League Dark.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Um,
all right.
Yeah. Before we go into that
Anyway.
yeah, the interesting issue all around, I'll say still. I'm very intrigued by the end. Because as much as I was just been waiting for this to hurry up, I'm surprised that Dark Raven was showing her hand to Nightwing already. So abruptly,
too.
so soon, because the whole time she was just like, oh, I have to hide myself, and I have to like slowly eat at them until they can be picked off by my mind and become evil. And wait, Nightwing, why can't I find you? What the fuck? Chill, like.
Well, yeah. What happened to all
Find
these
another way?
plans?
You know?
Come here and play with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. So,
Fucking awkward, bud.
Yeah, it's fucking awkward. 7.5 out of 10 for now. I would say for now because I feel like I'm gonna revisit it later. Like, nah, I was wrong. 6.5, but 7.5 right now.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, okay, first, that was my very first thing. First note to make about the whole book was Raven's plan of staying hidden doesn't seem to affect her decision to choke Dick at the end. Oh, wait. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sometimes you gotta check what you
Tell
say.
you,
before
you're
you say it.
apologizing. Fucking Brandon chuckled first. All right, so but anyway,
Sorry.
I think our orange-colored cyborg friend may be coming back later. It would be cool if she was a part of the Titans team during Ultimate power, or absolute power, excuse me, but she's a bit too powerful to be a mainstay character, I think. Regardless, the story continues to be
probably
good
too
in
new.
my opinion.
I think the era of new characters introduced in Teen Titans joining the team is kind of over, but
Yeah, which is
they don't really seem to do
unfortunate.
that anymore. Yeah.
Fair enough, but I think the story continues to be good. It's got me interested. This issue in particular, the star of it is the art. Man, it looks so good. Lines, colors, the whole damn thing. It's just an awesome job. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. It was delicious.
Awesome.
John Kent for Titans. Hashtag.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
what I
for
thought,
Titans.
but it seems to not be happening anymore. Wonder if they have other plans for him.
Yeah.
Did you say John Ken?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by God, he gets mentioned in our very next issue.
Oh yeah, he does.
Whoa.
I
What a coincidence.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Let's check that out.
I transitioned. I didn't even know it. This is Batman Superman, World's Finest, number 28. This is written by Mark Waid with art from Dan Mora and Travis Mercer, colors from Tamara Bonvillain, and letters from Steve Wands with the gorgeous cover from Dan Mora. And by God, it sounds like I have a thunderstorm outside. It's about damn time because we've been having a heat wave.
God, I am not excited to get back to that, but we've got our own heat wave, so maybe it won't be that bad.
It is gonna just get it hot and muggy.
Yeah, I wish it was muggy. It's just fucking dry. Anyway,
I
so
could
picking up
deal
where we
with
left
that.
off last issue, the sixth dimensional being has shown up, and he
Boogity,
looks
boogity, boogity.
like fucking Mojo from the X-Men comics. Does anybody else get that?
Hard no.
Does. Oh, yeah. No, yes, absolutely.
He definitely does. It's Mojo for Mojo World.
No, it. Look, I am Mojo Jojo.
No.
There is no
No,
other
not
Mojo Jojo but
Mojo
me.
Jojo. Yeah, no. Mojo for Mojo World, everyone's
I
favorite
know.
TV producer.
He's not a monkey. He's a
Yeah.
sixth-dimensional
Oh,
imp.
God.
You plant.
Shoot me.
I did it for the. There is no other Mojo Jojo but me.
You sound like Aku from Samurai,
Yeah,
Oh my
Aku.
God. Yeah.
Aku from Samurai
Aku.
Jack.
Okay, I'm glad you said Aku because I thought you said Abu.
Bless you.
Like from The Simpsons.
No,
All right, keep going.
with the chutney slushy.
What?
Was it chutney?
Chutney.
Slushy. What do they call it?
What?
The slushy drink in The Simpsons. Was it just called a slushy?
I don't remember.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Shit.
Wait,
Oh,
wait. I know it's a brand
gonna
name,
bug me.
but
It was
it
one
a
they
it?
made for the show.
It was one they made just for the show.
Yeah, like
Is it not a Slurpee?
oh
I
Slurpee.
don't.
No,
Is it?
no, that's a 7-Up. That's the 7-Up thing. Is the Slurpee,
I have no
or not
idea.
7-Up? Excuse me, 7-Eleven.
Or-
My bad.
Yeah.
It might just be slushy, and it might just be like
Something E. You know
Yeah.
that much.
anyway. That doesn't matter. We're here to talk about this comic book in front of me right now.
Is it a frozen slushy?
he made it was a chutney version, and it was like super fucking thick, and it was so thick Millhouse's glasses flew off,
Whoa.
and then they got really high off it, and some sailor came by and started singing show tunes. It was really fucking weird.
Whoa. And with that,
It was a great episode. Anyway, yeah, Mojo for Mojo World shows up.
Papa hungry.
What? Oh, cover. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to go for dinner, go for it. Yeah. So he shows up and is named James Bartholomew Olsen, Jimmy Olsen, as the champion of Earth, since he was the one, thanks to the help of Mr. Mxyzptlk, that bested all of the villains single-handedly. Technically, he had 7 pairs of hands, but who's counting? Actually, I think one of them had multiple arms, but again, who fucking cares? So Robin is demanding that Mxyzptlk fix this, and since Mxyzptlk cannot really do much against the 6th-dimensional imp, being an imp that is a dimension higher than him and therefore more power, he's scared shitless. He transfers all of his imp power, all his 5th-dimensional power, to Jimmy Olsen, and they essentially swap bodies. So Jimmy is now a 5th-dimensional imp with all the magic imbued, and Mxyzptlk is a normal human being. So Jimmy begins to fight this 6th-dimensional being, but is getting his ass handed to him quite well. As not much he can do about that. Meanwhile, Batman, Superman, and Batmite are trapped in the 6th dimension, where they begin to see alternate versions of themselves from throughout time. Some stuff you would actually recognize from recent comic books.
Kind of jumped all over the place for a little bit there.
It did, yeah. I won't go too far into what each of them are. Just leave that for you, dear reader, to find it yourself, because if you recognize it, you recognize it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So Batman gives Batmite a pep talk. Pep talk. Bleh. With the help of Superman, and this gives Batmite the courage and wherewithal to start tearing through reality, and says we have to be very careful with this, but let's rip this hole in the 6th dimension, and now we're in the 5th dimension, and boom, now we're in the 4th, and boom, now we're back in the 3rd dimension, and oh shit, we went too far, now we're in the 2nd, and now we're in the 1st dimension. We're just flat in a coin. Batman then has to give him a bit of a further pep talk and reveal that he's just some basic human being. There's not much to really love here, but if you can do this, let's do this.
Basic.
Yeah. And Batmite is able to muster up every bit of power he can and brings them right back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Nice.
I have to say that every time. And that gravity is actually missing when, after Robin... Oh shit, my screen's about to turn off. Where's the remote? Oh my god. Hidden behind the Spectre. The 5th-dimensional imp had smashed Jimmy into oblivion, and Robin is doing his best to look for him. And in order to distract the guy while Jimmy's maybe was able to escape, he started goading the 6th-dimensional being into attacking him instead, giving Jimmy enough time to get out from wherever he is underneath a pile of rubble. But then Jimmy does arrive, and that's where the gravity is gone, because he has appeared in the sky with a bunch of other 5th-dimensional imps dressed up as various members of the Justice League, including one dressed like Robin. I wonder, is that Nightmite?
Maybe. A young Nightmite.
Yeah.
Maybe. Interesting.
Young for an imp, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, they were both written by Tom Taylor. No, this is Mark Waid, sorry. Whoops. I forgot. We're not talking about Titans anymore. Yeah, so now he's got all these 5th-dimensional imps to help him attack the 6th-dimensional being. Robin asks what the hell happened and says, look, as I was about to get punched into oblivion, I figured the only thing I could do was say my name backwards, which got me back in the 5th dimension. I found all these heroes, and I talked them into coming back and helping. And as that's happening, they are losing the battle, but then Batmite returns with Batman and Superman, and then Superman says, we got it from here, guys. And they have a whole big Dragon Ball moment yet again where they stand, the 5 of them together, Batmite, Mxyzptlk, Robin, Batman, and Superman, and says, Batman's got a plan. Lay it out for us. Batman says, okay, this is what we have to do. Listen closely, because I'm only going to say it once. And then the 6th-dimensional being zaps him and turns him into a doll, and that's where we end the story.
That is where we end the story.
They all die, Book's over.
Said now what?
Yeah. Well, Papa was hungry, so he ate them.
Papa hungry.
They all died.
I don't like the way you say that.
Get in my belly.
It's disturbing, you fat man.
Ugh.
So, yeah, I am really enjoying this story. Jesus Christ. Got a proposition for you, Dr. You keep your money, you get your mojo, but I get your baby. Fucking, it's the best. But world's finest. Yeah, no, this is honestly, I thought a fantastic issue. I really enjoyed it all throughout. I've been looking forward to this arc. I'm really happy it's here. It's fun while it is at times oddly devastating. It's just a lot of fun, which is exactly what you expect from a book about fifth dimensional imps. It's really cool. Also, we discovered from solicits, since we're talking about this book, I don't know if I got the wrong information or maybe information changed, but this is no longer the last story arc. The book will be continuing after this is done.
That could be the last save, right? But it's like the book is.
Whoa, Brandon, you
Oh,
turned
back
back
in
into
the
this.
Never mind.
You turned back into the slow mo robo.
These evil cyborg.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't hear a thing you're saying, dude. Turn out the
I
sound.
mean, we can, but it sounds like this.
And with a robot filter over it.
Is that better?
I am not a
There we
robot.
go. That's better.
Welcome
better?
back, Brandon.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
We're happy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Basically,
this
9999999.
999.
Not
to use that meme. I don't
the
condone
rants
that,
are just awesome,
but-
man.
Sorry, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Mine too. Don't worry. I stuttered and I couldn't stop, and I realized what I said.
Are we all laughing at the same thing?
Yes.
I think so.
The Hitler rants parody?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I watch them as soon as
9
they come out.
out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Well, I think this shit is still weird. It's got a gross panel,
I mean,
not
it is
something I'm
weird.
used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing Dan Mora draw like that, but it was good. At this point, there's no
you said
chance
a
of
gross panel.
yeah,
Which was the gross one?
the last one.
Oh yeah, that was kind of gross. I liked it.
It was definitely something I'm not used to seeing Mora draw. It's just at 28, it's got no chance of me being interested in the way that this is going. I'm just not there. The art was great in most places, which feels weird for me to say about a Dan Mora book. It feels great for other people. I have to give it a 5 out of 10.
Fair. I mean, to be fair, you have said you never really cared for the imps.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's going to bring the score much further down for you.
yeah, it's just because it doesn't make it interesting, you know.
Yeah.
What did you think, Brandon?
I gave this an 8.75. I loved it. The only reason it was not a 9 out of 10 was because the image of Jimmy as an imp was very uncomfortable to look at for most of this issue.
Oddly
I
enough,
was-
what I found more uncomfortable was Mixie's Pitlick in Jimmy's clothes.
Yeah, it was just, that whole mix was like, oh, I don't want to look
I
at it.
don't
But
like this.
yeah,
Oh, man,
other than that,
yes.
great. Like, I would rather see him turn into a giant lizard again, whatever it was.
Yeah.
A turtle.
Turtle
Man, Turtle Man. Turtle Man.
Turtle. And then he did it again in Fire and Ice.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like he's been a lizard at some point. I'm sure
What's
I'll
it,
find
Smallville or something?
it. Yeah. Oh no, this is the one I'm thinking of. Or maybe this was the no, that is the Turtle Man one. But he doesn't even look like a turtle. He looks like a fish man.
Excuse me, but are you an armadillo?
What'd you call it?
All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap up for this one. Let's see what's going on in our next one. I will tell you all about it. Nightwing 115. It sucked. Moving on. I'm just
No, that's Turtle Boy.
Turtle.
Turtle Boy, apparently.
Turtle Man.
Written
Sorry.
by Tom the Turtle Taylor. Art inside and out from Bruno Redondo. Oh, that's funny because of the way Brandon thinks of his writing. Art inside and out from Bruno
Well, not
Redondo
in this issue. Not
and
in this
Cal
issue.
Felipe. Helping on interiors. Colors by Adriano Lucas and lettering from Wes Abbott. I felt like it was a quick read, but it was rather eventful. We pick up at the burning fundraiser that Dick was being set up at to look really bad. Bruce and the rest of the people get out. Bruce and the rest get everybody out, but Dick remains to find Gerald, Heartless's butler.
I got to stop being childish. Josh said the fundraiser made Dick look bad. I was like, yeah, that's a bad
I
bit.
know. I was like, I don't want to give you credit for that. It's so because then if I laugh, I'm co-signing you, and it makes me seem like a child.
Oh my God.
Nothing's gonna beat accidentally saying Raven choking Dick.
Oh no.
Accidental humor is the best humor.
How's that for a YouTube short?
Oh, that is so making it.
All right, so Dick remains inside to find Gerald, Heartless's butler. He finds him, but it was a ruse to trap Grayson. Of course, Heartless funnels him out into an ambulance, and Zuko is waiting. That's when they find out that Dick Grayson is Nightwing. Rather than let him go, reveal his identity, or just kill him, they set him up. Dick is knocked out, but then wakes up later. In front of him is the reporter that was asking him those hard questions, and he's missing his heart. As the police rush the area, SWAT team style, we see that Dick is holding the Heartless gun and wearing the Heartless mask. They've set him up, and we're not the only ones that know, since Dick can't leap off a building to run away, and he won't hurt police just doing their job. They get him and remove the mask. So he's had two identities revealed in one issue, and only one of them is his. What in the black and blue hell is going to happen now? Tony Zuko knows his identity. Zuko. Heartless knows his identity, and now the entire city thinks Dick Grayson is crooked and heartless. Man, shit is stressful when you're Nightwing. God,
It's stressful
Ever
when you're
since-
Nightwing and Dick Grayson.
more money, more problems. Let me tell you, dude.
Not that I know, but I can only imagine.
Reading this book wasn't stressful though. Taylor and Redondo tell such great stories together. I can't wait for more to see where this is going. It has been a long crawl to get to this Heartless story, but I feel like it's looking like it just may have been worth it. This gets a 9 out of 10 from me.
I hope so. This was a great twist. Definitely not one I saw coming, and very well executed, in my opinion. That whole sequence of Dick waking up and you're seeing it from his first person perspective or whatever is his POV was both a really clever way to do the reveal, but also like kind of a fun callback to that POV issue from not that long ago. I think it was 105 or something.
Yeah, it
It's
wasn't
like that
too
was-
long ago.
Yeah, that was like, oh, Day in the Life of Nightwing. This is awesome. And this is
Right.
like, Day in the Life of Nightwing. This sucks.
Fucking A, right?
Yeah, so this was really great. And I have no idea where the story. I mean, I have ideas, but no idea where Tom Taylor is going to take the story. So
There's no telling
I'm,
now that it's kicked off like this, man.
yeah, I'm excited with a twist like that. I'm fully in. So yeah, 8.75 out of 10 for me.
For sure.
I have a question.
What is it?
Didn't a Heartless find out Dick's identity as Nightwing in an earlier issue? Because I'm not the only one that remembers that happening.
Maybe I feel like no, or at least I don't remember that.
I thought he did. I can't like tell you exactly when it happened or what issue, but
Mm-hmm.
in the back of my mind I was thinking that Heartless already knew that Dick was Nightwing.
Well, I mean, you could easily go back and read 115 issues.
I don't need to go that far.
Yeah, no, you can just go back to issue 78. We're
Yeah,
good.
I think it happened. Didn't like Nightwing when we had the first person perspective issue of Nightwing? Didn't he end up at like Buddy's office as Nightwing?
I don't know. I don't think so. At whose office?
Heartless, the guy who is that like his real identity. I don't remember his fucking name.
Yeah, I don't.
Sheldon.
Lyle Shelton.
Yeah,
Lyle
Shelton.
Shelton. Or Shelton Lyle. But yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I have to go back and
I
read
don't remember
it.
that.
Yeah, but either way, I digress. I rather enjoyed this issue. It's not the direction I thought it was going to go. That is a hell of a twist. And Tony Zuko finding out Nightwing's identity, that blew my fucking mind. So yeah, way to drop one on fucking Batman, Shelton. Jesus, Batman's got to be able to like find him somehow. Got to have like some epidermal trackers and his fucking wrist or some shit he doesn't know about. I don't know. Point is, I feel like Batman's going to save them somehow right now. But that's a later issue. For this issue, quite enjoyed it. Art was fantastic. Story's getting interesting, even though it is the last arc. It's a damn shame.
We got 3 issues left, man.
Yeah,
A lot can happen there.
5 out of 10. Yeah,
8.75.
8.75.
3 issues left. It makes me wonder what could be coming next.
Well, you'll just have to wonder for a while because we're talking about Wonder Woman, not Nightwing. This is going to be a very short review. I promise you, this is not a prank. This is just the review is just like there's not a lot to say. Really I'm gonna get to the end of it, and you're gonna be like, "That's it," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say."
Yeah.
Wonder Woman number 10 is written by Tom King with art from Daniel Sampier, not Tampier, like I wrote in the credits. Colors by Tomo Murray, and another cover by Daniel Sampier. And a backup story by Tom. I'm just going to read off the credits now. Backup story also by Tom King, also written by Tom King with art from Belen Ortega and colors from Tamara Bonvillain, and both stories were lettered by Clayton Cowles. So here's the skinny. Wonder Woman and Cheetah fight on an island for several days. Meanwhile, the Wonder Girls have playful banter while trying to figure out the location of the invisible jet, how to fly it, and whether or not Cassie is afraid of heights, even though she can fly. Diana opens up to Cheetah about how difficult it's been dealing with everything, and she feels an obligation to be strong. Cheetah comforts her, and the following day she meets up with the rest of the Wonder Girls to fly off and confront their enemies. The end. That's pretty much it. The backup story, Lizzie struggles with... that's it. Lizzie struggles with flying a kite while Damian and John bicker. Damian and John then free Kite Man from Arkham Tower, and he very kindly shows Lizzie how to fly a kite while Damian and John bicker some more. And that's it. That's it. I wish I had more, but that's literally the whole issue. I'm not even going to go into the narration that the King of America has, because honestly, that it kind of gloss over it sometimes. It just
I'll
feels like
be
it's
honest.
there.
fucking
I-
hard to read, man.
I just
Well, not even that it's
skipped
hard to
whole
read.
pages
It's
of
just
that narration.
it was just kind
Boring.
of saying the same thing over and over again. And
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate that I'm at that point because I feel like usually, well, in previous issues, sometimes it has made some observations that I'm like, yeah, that's kind of poignant or well thought out. But this issue, I was like, I don't even care. It just felt
Yeah.
like it could have done without it. And then there were the like obnoxious attempts to kind of be like, oh, well, Batman's opposite is an inversion of him, is a mirror of him, but in a different way. And Superman, same thing. But Wonder Woman, she's more complex than that. I'm like,
What?
what? What are you trying to what? What is
are we
this
doing here?
fucking like 5th grade logic type shit? So anyway, I made a comment a while ago about how like some of there have been some thoughtful comments and observations in previous issues, but a lot of it just feels what I called faux deep, which is like it's giving the impression that it's more thoughtful than it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this issue in particular was like, oh God, just get to it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's
my first
juxtaposed with everything else, because it's like you have all these, ridiculous attempts to be like, Wonder Woman has, all these things, and these are the things that you should know, young child, as I'm narrating the story to you. And then we cut to hijinks with Cassie, Donna, and Yara, and you're just like, this is like a joke. This feels like a joke. So yeah, needless to say, I did not enjoy this issue quite a lot. The art was very nice, and there were some moments that I liked, particularly the one moment between Cheetah and Diana, where she's just like, this shit's too much. I was like, that was actually, I thought, a very well written moment given everything that's going on. But aside from that, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck this issue was. It felt so pointless. Also, a very minor point, but was Yara like brainwashed or something? Because Yara has multiple moments in this issue where she's like, the world of men, they have these strange things, and I'm like, bitch, you're from like Idaho or something. It's like, what the fuck? Did you read Wonder Girl?
I was thinking
She's
the
American.
same thing.
I was
she
like,
grew up in the world
what?
of men. When did she all of a
Yes.
sudden become a fully fledged Amazon? Or just like,
That's why I was like, what? Did hanging with the
poser.
did hanging with the Escasita just like completely erase your memory or something? I was like, what the fuck?
She has a problem with gods, not
Yeah.
humanity.
And I was like
I
a
think
year
the
ago, you were in
tribalism has
America
gone
with
to her
foster
head.
parents. I'm like, is this a case of maybe Tom King didn't know, or is there something else that we don't? I mean, my guess is probably on the former, but
There's not much reading material for you, Yara. If
it's
you was going to
like
rate
7
Yara,
issues.
just do the fucking research.
Do the fucking research.
It's not even that
So
old.
anyway, that's what I was like, what?
3-4 years tops.
What? Excuse me? Can you repeat that line? Because I don't know why you're talking about the world of men like you didn't live in it for 19 years.
Yeah.
19-year-old.
And why is Cassie
Yeah.
afraid of heights all of a sudden?
Bro, I don't know.
That's a really weird character trait to just throw in at random from a
And
person
then-
that fucking flies.
it was similar with, or there was kind of a similar thing with Donna where the issue starts off and she's kind of doing like that faux voice that writers will sometimes give Amazons where they speak like super official and proper and everything, and then later she's just like the Donna that you know, and I'm like, did you forget halfway through the issue? She's like, come girls, we need to find the plane, surely we can handle this. And then at the end of the issue she's like, yeah, let's go kick some ass, sis.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you
Okay.
hit your head in the plane? What is
Yeah,
happening?
one of them did. One of them walked right
I
into
think
it.
Donna was the
It was-
only one that didn't hit her head to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
100% agree with you that the moment with Cheetah in the middle of the issue where it's just the two of them talking by the campfire,
Mhm.
that was the only part that had some credence to it in this issue.
Yeah.
Just not even like the text boxes around it, just their little conversation of like they have history, they are basically frenemies, and they have a mutual respect and understanding towards each other. And when the chips are down, they can talk to each other in a certain way because they have been allies in the past, even though they will also at certain times be enemies. But they can be a shoulder to talk to if need be. So I appreciate that page, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's all fucked. Still shit.
It's all fucked.
Yeah. Just for clarification, the line that Yara has is, "This horrible world of men. From here, it is all beautiful." I'm like, what world of men are you talking about?
Yeah.
The one you grew up in? Excuse me?
Yeah, the one you were like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
you can
I didn't
hate
even-
it, but the terminology "world of men" is
Yeah,
what
it's
throws
like I
it
didn't
way the
even
fuck
necessarily
off.
love all of Wonder Girl, but even I read that shit
You
and I know
shut your mouth.
about Yara Flor. Like, come on, guys. This is a basic fucking wiki search will give you information for this shit.
Like, it has been a minute since I read that. Obviously, I read it when it released. I haven't read it since. But from what I understand or remember from that book, it was the whole, like, underlying tone was the world of God versus the world of man. And Yara was being tricked by the gods and therefore hated the world of the gods, even though she was being tempted by it. And her whole struggle was, does she choose to stay in the world of man and be a protector, or does she stay in the world of the gods where she is said to belong? And she rejects the world of the gods to return to the world of man that she knows and loves and respects. That was the
That
thing.
horrible world of men.
Yeah. And another thing about this run so far that I think is just driving me up the wall is that it's 10 issues deep, it's one story arc, and we haven't really had any story progression. Really,
like in bits
at
and
all.
pieces. Yeah.
But the
There
thing is,
really isn't a fucking
each
story.
issue is just it's
same as the
10
last.
self-contained issues in one long story arc. It's the fucking weirdest setup ever.
And
Which is
every
it's not,
issue
it's not
is
a,
the same issue.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad idea if you have a kind of cohesive story that you're trying to tell, but I don't know.
Not really a cohesive story so far.
Yeah, my thing is
not cohesive
less
if
to
they're
do
all
with the
standalone.
story and more just it feels like it's spinning its wheels in terms of how it's telling the story.
It's
and I'm
jumping
like,
from point to point to point without telling us how we got to that point. You know, I was wondering, okay, she washed up on a fucking shore. Why was she in the ocean? Last time we saw her, she was being choked out by the king with a goddamn lasso. Or she was choking the king with a goddamn lasso, and now she's in the ocean? Why? What the fuck happened? And now she's rescuing Cheetah? Why is Cheetah in the jungle? I thought Cheetah was with Etta. You know?
Right, and Steve and Siggy.
Yeah. God, I miss Siggy.
Well, I remember. No, she was in a prison in the last issue. I do remember that, but I guess.
But how did she get in prison when she was a part of Checkmate?
Why was she
like
now
there was
on
zero
a deserted island? Even if she was in, she was in prison.
Well, no,
last issue.
I'm talking
Why is she
about Wonder Woman,
now
not
on a
Cheetah.
deserted island?
But
Well,
I don't know. Maybe
Cheetah alone. Why is Cheetah now on a fucking deserted island in the middle of the ocean? And Wonder Woman's like, I have to go save her. Save her from fucking what? You were in a prison cell last issue. What?
Bigger question: if two people are on it, is it still a deserted island?
For that, we have to consult the writers of Lost.
Basically.
No. No.
Yeah,
he wouldn't give you any answers anyways, but I bet you it's because he doesn't know them.
I'm going to give this issue the worst score imaginable. An A minus minus.
An A minus.
No. Anything but that.
Anything but that. Okay, but for real, like a 3.
Anything but the gumdrop button.
Yeah, like I'm so frustrated with this issue. And I'm seeing some people online like, "Oh, this is like such a great run. I'm loving this run." Like, what are you reading?
What are you on?
I liked most of the first 6 issues, but this is getting hard to defend.
It's really getting like
Yeah.
I
Also-
gave it the honest college try, and I didn't even fucking go to college. And
I would say you gave it more than the college try, because you've certainly been putting more effort into this than some college kids I know.
I gave it a shot. I gave it a chance.
You did.
At first, I was like, I like this issue. I don't like this issue. Back and like, depending on the issue, it was flipping, flopping, back and forth, zigzagging my interest. And now it's just shit run,
10 issues of drivel.
cannonball run of garbage.
Yum.
Brandon,
Also,
what's your score?
Just
I want to know that first.
well, before I give my score, I have to give Rob a round of applause for that excellent Futurama reference.
Thank you.
I
was thinking
barely
about that.
forgot. I heard. I was like, "Oh my!" Oh man.
I finished
no.
the issue and I'm just like, I need to give I'm gonna give this the worst score I've ever given
Waited my
anything.
whole
Like an
life for
minus.
Um,
into my
no. I wish I had a clever score to give this, but I don't. I'm just gonna give this a 5 out of 10, which is honestly generous, but
Yeah,
the art
very-
is really
yeah.
outstanding.
That is true. The art is what got the 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny boy can do no wrong. Like Brandon said at the beginning of his review, and Rob mentioned as well, this story just tries to be deep, and it's not. Again, if you're going to write political, take some notes from Spurrier.
It doesn't
there
even
was
have to be political. If you're just writing something that is thoughtful, it needs to have depth to it, right?
It can't be-
Otherwise, it's as shallow as a kiddie pool.
And like I wouldn't even say anything in this issue really had a political message to it.
No,
yeah,
just
it's
the
just like-
overall series itself. But
Unless it was actually in the whole background dialogue from the king.
Well, not
But-
in this issue, at
but
least. This
I'll
issue,
be
again, was
honest,
just
I-
like,
I haven't read those boxes since issue 4.
yeah.
I just
No,
skip full
this-
pages of them.
well, and that's
Which-
why you haven't hated the damn thing.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like in the
Like,
past,
I'm not-
people...
I've been hating it since issue 4.
No, you've been pretty consistent. No, in the past, I feel like people have criticized Tom King for not having enough dialogue. At least back in like Batman and Heroes in Crisis. I don't know
Who the
how well
fuck
people
did
remember that, but like
mean,
I remember a
find those
common.
people and write them a strongly worded letter.
No. Well,
Strongly
back
worded
in
memo.
back in like
Yes.
2018 or whatever, it felt like, generally speaking, it would never have too much dialogue in a page, and I feel like maybe he took some of that criticism to heart, and so now everything that you read is going to be just incredibly dense, but it doesn't really mean anything, save for one comment here or one observation there.
Do I need to remind people that some of the most powerful issues of comic books ever made were ones that have absolutely no dialogue at all?
Well, I have no problem with a dense
Ultimate
comic.
X-Men
It's
number
just like,
1.
I'm like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do a comic that is dense, right? That is gonna require a lot of reading and a lot of text. Have it mean something, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't or at least try and structure it. And this gets down to scripting, although I can't speak for Tom King's scripting. It could be different from what I imagined, but just find a way to kind of break it up so it's not as congested, and it just feels so domineering, but at the same time try and say something that actually means something, it actually matters, is my kind of criticism.
Like, even when we get to whatever the political messaging is, it's kind of really muddled as to what it is he's even trying to.
That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like,
Because
this
there's
is
like
just a
7
blunder
different political
since day
messages
one.
in the issue, and I have no idea what
Yeah.
it is he's trying to say.
I think that's the whole point, is that this is how he always writes, and that means you're able to get from it whatever the fuck it is that you're looking for. And that's some bullshit lazy ass writing. That
I'll
so
still say early Tom King was not like this.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
Omega
that's
Men,
like-
Omega
was-
Men was confusing, but it in a way that made sense to be confusing.
that made sense. It was a mystery.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what this is supposed to. I mean, there is a mystery to it, but
And by
You
the
know,
by
yes.
issue 12, you
His
go back and
mysteries
see
are
the
always
whole
boring
thing,
as
and
fuck.
you get the big picture.
yeah.
But this is just jumping.
Mhm.
I don't know.
He needs to go back to 9-panel Tom King, not
No,
gross,
please no.
gross,
I'm
gross,
tired of
gross,
the- I'm
gross,
tired of the
gross.
trying to
But
do
that's
Watchmen.
when Tom King was actually interesting.
No,
I
it wasn't. He did that
suppose,
shit in
but, like-
Rorschach, and it was fucking horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, but he also did it in Mr. Miracle, and that was pretty good. I can
That was pretty
concede to
good.
that. But like, it got so out of hand. Fucking Kieran Gillen was basically making fun of him with Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah.
Anybody making fun of him was very funny.
So it wasn't
the-
outright. It was just making fun of the 9-panel format, and it was like, we need to grow out of this shit, this formalist shit. We need to stop doing it because it's old and it worked one time and it was really cool. And then everyone was like, if I want to make something deep, I use 9 panels, and it's like, it's not true. There's so many other ways you can make a comic stand out without having to default to that specific style of layout.
Oh yeah, how about this? Unique art and good writing.
Or just different layouts. Just break that shit up, which actually
Yeah.
happens in this issue. So credit to Daniel Semper for not falling into that
Hell
trap.
yeah.
Yeah, so like you said, unique art and great writing sounds exactly like a book we're going to get later on from Danny Warren Johnson and Riley Roseman.
No, that's
Exactly. That will be really
unique.
interesting
That's
panel
one way to
layout.
put it.
That is
Yeah,
unique art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
but
else
not-
draws like Riley Roseman.
Well,
That's
I
true.
mean, nobody else draws like a newborn either.
I'm sure other newborns do. I'm sure every newborn draws like the same newborn.
I'm sure every newborn draws like Riley Roswell.
I don't think they could get the complex line work.
No, I don't
Complex
think they
line work.
could.
Is the balls for feet? You think that's what's going to do it?
Oh, they're fucking pointed.
You
What
call
are
them
you
balls,
talking
but it's
about?
actually a bit more detailed than that.
Yeah.
Because I would ask you to recreate like an exact copy of something that Riley has done, and I would challenge you to try and make it look as close as you possibly can. I think you're going to find it's more difficult
Yeah,
than that.
if you think a newborn
To copy
can do it, then
somebody's-
anybody can do it.
I'm not talking
I
about
can't
like
draw
an
it
AI
good.
recreating it or anything like that. I'm saying like if you ask someone to draw like that, it's far more difficult. It's like I don't know. It's like asking someone to drum like Keith Moon, right? It's so different, and that's a very specific reference, but it's,
No,
it's
but
so
I know what
different
you
and so
mean.
unique that
But-
it's not something you can easily replicate. And it's not
Yeah.
something that like even if you're gonna boil it down to it's bad, it's not good. Like it definitely stands on its own in its own way. So anyway,
The only thing
that's
I'll
my
give
2
you
cents.
is some of the beanheads are awkward.
All of the beanheads are
At least
horrible.
for Tim Drake,
For Tim Drake, but that was not a good fit.
that was
And
not
Martian
good.
Manhunter,
not a
that
good
wasn't
fit.
good either. Or anything else.
I gotta go back to
the
that series. It
Sandman.
took some getting used to.
Ugh. Anyway, okay, back to Wonder Woman though. So the first part, all of it, but Daniel Semper was bullshit. The backup was just gunk. Semper is freaking phenomenal. It's clearly the star of this issue as well. Every single panel is perfect. If only the story in it could match. I mean, even a little bit.
It's fucking embarrassing!
5 out of 10.
Wait, 5?
That's
Daniel
higher than I expected.
Semper is like one of my favorite artists.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That was very generous of me, but I
Yeah,
do like his work.
Like you
I'm
scored it
trying to
higher
be
than
nicer.
me. Like, fuck.
Trying not to be so negative.
Yeah, but like I'm the bar for negativity.
You're not the bar for negativity.
If it's
You're
below
fucking
me, it's negative.
Canadian.
That's fair. All right, so shall we fly on over to our last book?
We shall indeed.
All right, this is Batman number 149. It's Batman, written by Chip Zdarsky, with art from Michelle Bendini and Steve Lieber, colors from Nick Filardi, and letters from Clayton Cowles, with the beautiful cover you see in front of you there from Jorge Jimenez.
Fucking gorgeous, ain't it?
Oh, yeah,
So
bud.
pretty. I could kiss that fucking picture.
Which one? The one on the left or the one on the right?
The picture. Not the guy in it.
I
Jesus
was
Christ.
just gonna see what you're gonna say. Yeah. So we are picking up in a new spot. It's a dark and stormy night in Crime Alley. Somebody is getting mugged, and they are stopped by none other than Bruce Wayne dressed up as Robin. It is the Zur-En-Arr clone of him as a young boy, but then that Zur Robin is met by the real Batman. Zur Robin ends up attacking him, screaming, "You killed my father," being Zur-En-Arr and the failsafe body, but Bruce is just wanting to be a father figure to this boy because he does have a soft spot for wayward orphans at this point, let's face it. Gives him a hug, holds him down, and then brings him home, performs some tests, and finds out that he is aging rather rapidly, at such a rapid rate that he will die actually fairly soon of old age. That despite Zur somewhat perfecting the clone technology, he was not able to find a way to stop the rapid aging.
I think it's more like he didn't find a reason to have it. He would just pump out another clone.
That's true. Yeah, he would basically, as soon as that one died, he would just make another one. It wasn't a necessary factor. So with that, Bruce. Yeah. Bruce vows to do whatever he can to find a cure. Damien then shows up and calls him into the kitchen, where they have a little discussion that Failsafe's body, as Damien calls it, Zur-En-Arr's body, was taken by the military, and says that their number one priority should be getting it back. But Bruce talks him down and says, "Look, you and this version of me have a lot in common. I'm going to help this guy. We need to help him because that's what we do." So Damien goes off to investigate the robot thing on his own. Bruce then goes to Tim, and together, using the memories he gained from Zur-En-Arr, goes to one of Zur-En-Arr's hidden caves, where there is all sorts of technology and supplies and resources there that they can use to try and figure out a way to prevent the increased aging. A little bit later on, the young clone Bruce has grown up to almost the same age as current Bruce. They have a brief discussion on his hand and adventures therein as Batman, and what it means to be Batman, to be Bruce Wayne and whatnot. And Bruce basically is trying to tell this Bruce that, look, that there was a lot of darkness in me and it's gone now, and I've never was given the chance to be the man that I needed to be. You had that chance, and I'm going to do what I can to help you have that. So he does go and make a rare appearance at Wayne Enterprises, where he does actually still work. He goes, though, to actually follow up on another memory he has from Zur-En-Arr, who set up a computer system within his own office. And in this computer system, he finds that Zur-En-Arr has been hogging his own money. In fact, over $3 billion worth.
Guess who just got paid?
Yeah, Bruce is now
Yeah,
rich
seriously.
yet again. And I honestly like the way that happened.
Hey.
We knew eventually Bruce was going to be a billionaire again. It was bound to happen one day. And I appreciate this. Instead of him going to lose, he's like, okay, like, I've had enough. Give me my money back. Like, that would have been so dumb. This,
So dumb.
not so bad. In fact, I'm even more surprised that it wasn't Bruce was like, Alfred gave you the money, Dick. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Like, you know.
Can I have a loan?
Yeah. So now he's rich again, and he's called a family. Actually, no, he hasn't called a family meeting. Wait, did he call it? I'm lost. No, he hasn't called a family meeting yet. Sorry, I just saw the boys on the footstep, and I thought that was the family meeting. He heads back home and finds that the clone Bruce has had a bit of an incident, as he has now grown older. He has gray temples, little older, but has decided, look, let's make a trade. I have cut off my hand, so you now have a new hand to replace your lost one.
Shank.
Huh?
I said thanks.
Oh. Yeah, but for now, you just help me be comfortable, because let's face it, I'm just going to die. So then, a little bit later on, some more days or weeks pass, and the family has all gathered together to see the passing of Clone Bruce, who is now a withered old man. We see the passage of time happening as the real Bruce has grown quite a hefty beard over this time, and together the two of them head off to visit the old manor, Wayne Manor, where Vandal Savage does reside, but Bruce promises he's not home right now. So the pair of them spend Clone Bruce's last moments there together at the manor, as the two of them are there together as Clone Bruce passes away peacefully. Bruce then, as Batman, goes to visit Vandal Savage, and Vandal says, trying to basically convince Batman, look, we're going to work together whether you like it or not, and if you do that, I'll even give you your cave and your manor back. And Bruce is like, no, fuck you, I don't need your shit, I don't need your charity. Blows up the bat signal, punches him in the face, and says, I'm going to take you down, you can keep the damn house, and flies off into the night. That was fucking badass of him.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So now is the family meeting that I mentioned before. All the family have been called together, including Duke, which I'm so happy to see, because he does not get enough recognition.
He's been out with the Outsiders.
Yeah.
In a way.
Has he been with the Outsiders? Because he ain't even in the fucking book now.
I guess the old Outsiders.
The old Outsiders, yeah.
Yeah.
The Black Lightning Katana Outsiders.
Yeah.
Not
They've been kicking it in Cabo,
not
man.
the planetary Outsiders.
Cabo, yeah.
They've been in Cabo,
much
kicking
needed-
it back.
Much needed vacation.
They've
Some
been
oceanside
outside
Mai Tais.
on the beach. So yeah, all the families got together at the call of Bruce outside some ex-old mansion right in the middle of the city that is really a bit of a fixer-upper.
A lot of a fixer-upper.
Yeah, a lot of a fixer-upper. So they head inside to find Bruce doing a lot of work on it. That this was apparently the Loeb Mueller mansion that Joker once took over and caused a lot of damage to it. But he bought the land, the house, the property, and basically a lot of the surrounding blocks around it, and that he's going to convert these blocks into affordable housing and build the city from the inside out, and basically use his now revitalized fortune to help the city in a good way. And he's brought the family here together to basically help not only rebuild this house, but also pick a room, because this is going to be your new home from now on. And that was just a nice moment. At the end of the issue, Bruce is still working on the house late into the night, where he is visited by Selina, which was a very nice moment yet again. They have a nice little chat together as Bruce invites her into the house, where they are able to, who knows what they're doing in there. He says he's just showing her around the new place, but basically it's a good future, a new future for them, for the family, and this whole tirade, this whole long story of Bruce trying to find the man within the bats and become the new Batman that he truly is, and find his family yet again. It's now come to a close. He has found his family. He has found Selina. He's found a home. He's found a fortune. He is a new Batman, indeed, Chip Zdarsky did it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what y'all
He's
say.
a new Batman
He's
again.
a new Batman, but in a
For the
fucking
last
meaningful way
time.
this time. I'm gonna say of all the times in the past 5 years that I've seen, I'm a new Batman. You didn't fucking change shit. This time you are a new Batman. Damn it.
For
Bringing the family
now.
together.
For now. Yeah.
We'll see what happens
We'll see.
next issue.
Yeah, we'll see how long this lasts.
Once Absolute Power starts, it's probably going to go back to 2 years ago. But
yeah,
the point is, for now, this honestly looks like a 100% different Bruce, like a Bruce Wayne I've never seen before. This definitely has that vibe, which I really appreciate. He looks almost happy, which is counterintuitive to what Tom King wrote, that you need to have a depressed Batman to be Batman. I don't know about that.
He's talking to people about taking care of themselves. He's
Yeah.
nursing people back to health. He's being compassionate. He's holding people during their hardest times.
Yeah.
What we have here seems like Batman becoming Butler.
Oh.
He's picking up a whole lot of
A lot of Alfred.
of Alfred going on here.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, he's become the patriarch father figure of the family that he was always supposed
Finally.
to. Yeah. It's so nice to see. And in a way that's meaningful and memorable and will hopefully fucking stick around for a long ass time. That's about all I got to say about the issue. It was really good. I loved it. Art was really good throughout the issue. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10.
nice.
9.25. 9.25. I won't be that generous.
Brandon, you got any words?
Not much. Just great art. I feel like this was a satisfying, because my first question after finishing last week's issue, or I think it was last week or whatever, whenever the previous issue of Batman came out, was like, what the fuck is going to happen with that clone Robin? How is that going to work if there's a young Bruce running around, Gotham City dressed as Robin, and
In a cooler
the
Robin
way that
costume.
well,
I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
that
they-
Robin
they-
costume is pretty dope.
It is, and I hope Tim Drake sticks around. Anyways, continue, Brandon.
Yeah, well, we can debate that some other time. But no, I mean, I'm glad they found a way to resolve it, even if it was kind of a cop out with the whole, like, oh, you're a clone, you're gonna age rapidly thing. But they were able to do it at least in a somewhat like emotional way, so satisfying in that regard. But yeah, it's at least a new, more pleasant status quo for Bruce. Nice to kind of bring the whole family in, and hopefully this is the start of a new, more positive beginning. But if absolute power is any indication, that is not going to last long. So 8 out of 10 for me.
Right on.
Fair enough, man. I thought the beginning was a great great emotional opening with Bruce being there for fake Damien for him because his father died. I think that was a really good way to open the book up. The military taking failsafe explains what happened to it and how he shows up in absolute power. Bruce is a billionaire again. Woohoo. I could stop complaining about that. And Batman is seemingly moving forward with the Bat family really, truly coming together. Obviously, Dick and Babs, as mentioned in the book, and as everybody knows, has their own place in Bloodhaven. But everybody else is open and welcome to come, and it looks like everybody there is going to. I have some words. This is awesome. Those are some words. The rest of them are you kidding me? You couldn't text Harper? That's not nice. But the rest of it was great. Bruce getting to watch himself die of old age was actually a really cool beat here. And I think it's going to be something that anchors him into this more caring Bruce. As long as Zdarsky stays on Batman enough to shape it to where people will complain some if it changes. It's an unfortunate series of events that the whole world is about to go to hell because with the Bat family being so close now, I hope what we're looking at is not tragedy on the way.
Mm-hmm.
But this issue, it's fucking brilliant. 9.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
That's what I am saying.
Nice.
I need a kite man, hell yeah, sound effect.
Kite man. Hell yeah.
All right, well, I guess that wraps up the reviews. Anybody got a top 3 and favorite moment?
I most certainly do.
Do you now?
Shall I go first?
You shall.
Yeah, his favorite moment, I still gotta freaking decide. Like, there's a couple in my mind. But top 3, I am going to give number 3 to Nightwing.
All right.
Is that what? Oh shit! What was that? No.
Thought you
Yes.
said you
Yes.
had it.
Yes. Yes. Nightwing number 115 gets number 3. Number 2 is Batman Superman World's Finest number 28, and number 1 is Batman number 149. Sorry, I was debating if I had World's Finest and Nightwing backwards. I could not remember what I said, but yeah, that's basically my top 3. Batman number 149 for sure at number 1. Favorite moment though, I'm still flip-flopping between a few, but I think, quite honestly, I'm gonna go with Batman 149 is the moment where Bruce has the family together at the new mansion, and he just seems excited about the future for the first time ever.
What about you, Brandon?
My top 3, I don't think are super similar. I had Titans at 3, Green Lantern War Journal at 2, and Nightwing 115 at number 1. But my favorite moment, I was very tempted to give it to the reveal of Dick being heartless in 115 because that was just such a great twist.
Yes, it
But
was.
honestly, the one that made me smile the most, and I think maybe because I've been waiting for it, but Guy showing up at the end of Green Lantern War Journal and the tease for Green Lantern Corps for the next issue, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because Guy's been appearing as like a hologram since the backups, and I'd actually forgotten that, but he hasn't actually been with John proper, throughout this entire series. So
Yeah,
it'll be nice to have that, that proper reunion. And I know we've had the Guy's Bogus Adventure backup in Green Lantern, which I've kind of been mixed on. But this, I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be great. It's going to be a proper Green Lantern Corps reunion, so I can't wait.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
I think so too, man. All right, my top 3, if I'm not counting the honorable mention, having John Constantine in here, is Catwoman 66 is in 3rd. Nightwing 115 gets 2nd place, and 1st place, of course, is Batman 149. That also has my favorite moment. It's the opening pages that I already mentioned before, with Batman comforting Bruce clone. It was really cool, and you could not get more full circle in a comic book than that. I thought it was awesome.
Agreed.
And the biggest stinker is Wonder Woman. Tis.
I think we all agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I guess that's it.
I guess that is it too. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Oh, and Kick. Thanks, everybody. We will be back next week covering all of DC's weekly releases. Same geek time, same geek channel. I have to figure out what's going on with our other Twitter before I stream any more video games. But I'll try to get that wrapped up real soon. That's the show. We're going to get out of here, so you have to as well. Be careful out there. And remember, in the Geek Matrix, everybody has a home. In the Geek Matrix, you are not alone.
Peace.
Nice.